Kaliya Kaliya re Kaliya Kaliya re Kaliya Kaliya re Kaliya Kaliya re Kaliya ye janam pore ara janamku ye janam pore ara janam
বলা বেচা শ্রীধর শ্রীপাঠ এবং একদিকে বেলপুকুর, একদিকে মায়ামারির মাঠ, যোগপীঠ, মুরারি গুপ্ত শ্রীপাঠের মোটামুটি মাঝখানে অবস্থিত জগন্নাথ মন্দির। 500 বছরের অধিক পুরানো এই জগন্নাথ মন্দির এখন দেশ বিদেশের ভক্তদের দর্শনের এবং আকর্ষণের একটা কেন্দ্র হয়ে দাঁড়িয়েছে।
Discussing the history of Lord Jagannath Balaram Subhadra in Srimanta Dweep, Sri Mayapur Dham. This place, Srimanta Dweep, actually is the eternal place of Lord Jagannath. This is revealed in the Navadvip Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu. Taking Jiva Goswami on Prikram, they arrived at that spot, and Nityananda Prabhu said, this place is no different than Jagannath Puri. And here Lord Jagannath resides eternally. Sometimes he becomes manifested and sometimes he's unmanifested. But he eternally resides here. According to the history, around about the 6th century, there was one demon, Yavana king. He invaded Jagannath Puri by ship and conquered Puri. And Lord Jagannath told his pandas, you should take me away from here quickly. This demon is coming. So he told them which way to go, overland. So eventually they came here to this place, Sri Mayapur Dham, and they were captivated by the beauty of this place. We'll stay here, we'll worship Lord Jagannath here, we're right on the bank of the Ganga, and a beautiful place. So they resided there. Yeah, so the village's name is Rajapur, or the village of the kings, because all the kings used to be there. The Hindu kings were living there, but due to then the Mughals came, and they lived there, like the Chankazi, he was the king, or like representing the king, he lived there. Mughals, they committed many offences there against the deities, so the Hindu kings left that place. But the place is still known as Rajapur, the place of the kings. So Lakshman Sen and the famous Balal Sen lived there at Pritukunda. There's even remnants of the palace there, just behind Balal Digi. They were worshipping Lord Jagannath, the Shabara tribal people, if you know the history of King Indradyumna. The help of Vishwavashu and the Nilmadhava Leela, Vishwavashu was worshipping Nilmadhav, Shabara tribal people who were worshipping. So their descendants, they still worship in Jagannath today, the Shabara tribes. So they were the ones who carried Lord Jagannath from Jagannath Puri to here, Srimanta Dweep, and they were worshipping Lord Jagannath in secret because of the Mughal rulers here. And that village is known as Shabaradanga, or the village of the Shabaras, because they settled there. That village became known as Shabaradanga. And the place where Lord Jagannath was being worshipped, that was called Shondanga. So this Yavana king who attacked Puri, his name was Raktabahu, means he liked to drink the blood of Brahmanas. So Jagannath, the Shabara people, they brought Jagannath here and worshipped him here. That village became known as Shabaradanga, and where Jagannath was being worshipped, that was called Shondanga. So the village of the Shabaras were the tribal people, descendants of King Vishwavashu. There is a book in Jagannath Puri called the Madalapanji, which records all the histories of Lord Jagannath. And they record this history also, how the time Raktabahu invaded Puri and Lord Jagannath was taken away to a place named Shonpur, which Bhaktivinoda Thakur said that it's actually Shondanga. Danga and Pur is the same thing, it's like village. So Shonpur, Shondanga, this is where Lord Jagannath stayed when they named the place as Shondanga. And Lord Jagannath stayed here for 146 years. At that time, after that time, one king, Yayati Keshari, again he captured Jagannath Puri. He was a Hindu king. He captured Jagannath Puri, and then he invited Lord Jagannath to come back from here after a period of 146 years. And this also was the time when Adi Shankaracharya was making his tour of India, establishing Mayavadi philosophy to take people away from Buddhism. And the Ayati Keshari, he invited Shankaracharya to come and do the reinstallation because the temple was broken down, desecrated, the deities had to be replenished because of the atrocities caused by the foreign rulers. So the king invited Shankaracharya to come and establish the worship of Lord Jagannath again after such a long period in Jagannath Puri. And so Shankaracharya established the worship according to the Tantriki principles, because Lord Shiva, Shankaracharya is an incarnation of Lord Shiva. So he establishes the Tantric Shastras. So the method of worship in Jagannath is based on the Tantric rituals established by Lord Shiva, who compiled some Tantric Shastras. And even today they are following that same system. Just after Mahaprabhu had left Navadvip and went to live in Jagannath Puri, so that's the deities we have here now that we worship, that ISKCON has been given the saviour to Lord Jagannath. So 500 years ago, 530 years ago, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he left Mayapur and he went to Jagannath Puri, and the devotees every year will go to Jagannath Puri to observe the Rath Yatra festival. Oh, now Mahaprabhu was living there, so it was like a double treat. They see Mahaprabhu and they see Lord Jagannath in the Rath Yatra festival, the kirtans. So there was one devotee there, Jagadish Ganguly, who was a great devotee of Jagannath, but in his old age he became blind. So when the time for Rath Yatra came, then his village members said that we can't take you because you're blind. We take the shortcuts, we go across the jungles and things like that. And it's too difficult. If you cannot see, someone has to hold you all the time. So you cannot go, we cannot take you. So Jagadish said, well, what use is living? I can't see Jagannath anymore, I can't go to Puri, I can't see Chit Mahaprabhu. Tomorrow when I take my bath in Ganga, I won't come back, I'll commit suicide. So Lord Jagannath appeared in his dream that night and he said, why you should commit suicide? He said, this is my eternal abode here. I always live here. Sometimes I'm manifested and sometimes I'm unmanifested. Anyway, tomorrow morning when you take your bath, a piece of wood will come and touch your body. So that wood you take to this carpenter and you have my form made of Jagannath, and then you can worship me here. So everything became true, and they took to the carpenter and they requested him to make the deity as instructed by Lord Jagannath. But Jagannath, the carpenter, he had leprosy. He said, how can I make a deity form of leprosy? Because my hands are all unclean, there's open sores. How can I touch the form of the Lord? So he refused to do it. So after trying many other carpenters, they would start, they would hit the chisel, the hammer would break, they get a new hammer, hit it again, the chisel would break, they get another one. It just wasn't happening. They said, that other carpenter, if he claims to be Jagannath's servant, then he has to follow the orders of Jagannath, his order he making. So then they convinced the leper carpenter to make the deity of Lord Jagannath, which he did after much difficulty, but when he finished, then his leprosy also disappeared from his body. And Jagadish's eyes became opened, so he could see the form of his Lord. So Jagannath was Jagadish was in ecstasy, worshipping the Lord to his heart's content until finally he left his body and he went back to the abode of Lord Jagannath. But the family members, they weren't so much interested in worshipping Jagannath. They weren't so devotional like Jagadish. And things started to get a bit neglected. And Jagannath was not very satisfied. He appeared to the pujari in the dream and he said that the worship is not up to standard. I'm not so happy here now. But anyway, there is going to be an epidemic, cholera or something like that, plague. Everyone will get wiped out by this cholera if you stay. So you please tell everyone to leave this place. So he told everyone. Everybody left except the immediate family, and they said, maybe it's only a dream, maybe it's right, maybe it's wrong. So they stayed here. Anyway, that epidemic came and the whole family was wiped out. So nobody was worshipping there. At that time, as spoken by Nityananda Prabhu in the Navadvita Mahatmya, that after Mahaprabhu finishes his pastimes, the river Ganges will come and flood the whole area for 100 years. And nobody will live in this place anymore. Everyone go to live in the highland. And then after that 100 years flooding, the flood goes down, but it's the Ganga is twisting like a snake for the pleasure of Gauranga. And she washes everything, where everything gets completely washed away. Nobody lives here. Even the birthplace of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gets lost. So all that time Jagannath was been neglected. Everybody left this place. And Jagannath was living in broken down little house there. And in the forest, bamboo forest. And no worship was going on practically all that time. And maybe out 60, 70, 80 years ago, one other person, Brahmin family came there. His name is Pratik Chatterjee. He wasn't actually a devotee of Jagannath, but he was a Shakta. But the temple was there, he knew the temple was there and it was broken down and disregarded, the deities were there. And practically no worship was going on. Sometimes he would, from his house, which was a few hundred yards away, sometimes he would, after worshipping Devi, he would show or maybe even before, but he would from his house, some distance, he would offer a little bit of worship. And sometimes they would offer a little sweet or fruit, sometimes. And Jagannath was completely neglected in that condition. And anyway, in 1978, we were there, ISKCON party was there doing the Navadvitam Parikram. We arrived there, and Jayapataka Maharaj was telling the glories of Srimanta Dweep and Lord Jagannath. And Pratik Chatterjee, he was very inspired to see all the Western devotees here, all Gauranga Bhaktas, Jagannath Bhaktas. So he asked Jayapataka Maharaj that, would you like to take over the seva of Lord Jagannath? I have no sons, I have 6 daughters, no sons to do it, so if you want to do the seva, I'll hand over. So everybody was Haribol, Jagannath. So then we started to do the puja seva there. He gave us the service of Lord Jagannath. And yeah, so slowly we repaired the deities and built a new temple, and now very nice. Jagannath gets chapan bhog every day.
এবং এই জগন্নাথের 7 বার এর ভোগরাগ হয়, 7 বার আরতি নিবেদন হয় এবং 2 বার জগন্নাথের পোশাক পরিবর্তন করা হয়। 7:30টায় জগন্নাথ দেবের দর্শন আরতির সময় রাজবেশ পরানো হয় এবং রাত্রে শয়নের সময় যে রাত্রিকালীন পোশাক পরানো হয় সেই পোশাকে মঙ্গলা আরতি দর্শন হয়। 4:30টার সময় মঙ্গলা আরতি হয়। এইভাবে সকাল সন্ধ্যা বিকালে ভাগবত পাঠ গীতা পাঠ আদি কার্যক্রম রয়েছে।
If people want children, they go and ask. Even the Muslims who live in the village, they can't have children. They go and they'll do some puja for Jagannath to get a child or something like that. And they come and offer their first rice, first fruits to the deity. So it's not like a Hindu for them. He's something different. Jagannath he's something very special. But anyway. So in 1978, yes, 1978. So then we began the worship of Lord Jagannath. And we're offering Chapan Bhog every day, 54 items, 54 items every day. And yeah, so like that, they have a nice boat ride in the summer season. And Snan Yatra is a very big festival. Although they don't go on the Rath Yatra because they're very, very old. The deities themselves are not so strong because they're more than 500 years old. But it starts from there, and then we have Utsab Jagannath deities. They go on the Rath Yatra down to Mayapur. But Jagannath, he enjoys the festival of being in his own
তো এইভাবে এখানে
temple.
উৎসব আগে স্নান পূর্ণিমা ছিল, এখন উৎসব বেড়ে গেছে। এখন বড় বড় উৎসবের মধ্যে স্নান যাত্রা সবচেয়ে বড় উৎসব এবং চন্দন যাত্রা রয়েছে। 21 দিন চন্দন যাত্রা উৎসব, জগন্নাথের অঙ্গে চন্দন লেপন করা হয় এবং নৌকা বিহার এখানে এখন খুব প্রসিদ্ধি লাভ করেছে। জগন্নাথ দেবের পিছনে সীমান্তিনী মন্দিরের সামনে যে পুকুর রয়েছে সেখানে জগন্নাথ বলদেব সুভদ্রাকে নৌকা বিহার করানো হয় এবং আশেপাশের অনেক লোকজন আসেন, সবাইকে প্রসাদ বিতরণ করা হয়। দামোদর মাসে পুরো 1 মাস স্থানীয় লোকজনদের সুবিধা দেওয়া হয় প্রদীপ দানের জন্য এবং প্রসাদ বিতরণের জন্য। এখানে গোবর্ধন পূজা, বলরাম জয়ন্তী এবং শিব মহা চতুর্দশীও বেশ জাঁকজমকভাবে হচ্ছে। আর গৌর পূর্ণিমাতে প্রায় পরিক্রমা দল, আমাদের আন্তর্জাতিক কৃষ্ণ ভাবনামৃত সংঘ তথা ইসকনের 5টা পরিক্রমা দল এখানে আসেন, অবস্থান করেন। তারা এখানে থেকে এক রাত্রি যাপন করে এই সীমন্ত দ্বীপের কৃপা লাভ করেন। তাছাড়াও অন্যান্য মঠ মন্দিরের সমস্ত ভক্তদেরই পরিক্রমা এখানে আসে। আমাদের ইসকন মন্দিরের পরিক্রমার পরে তাদের পরিক্রমা শুরু হয়। গৌর পূর্ণিমার 2 দিন আগ পর্যন্ত এই পরিক্রমা চলে। সেই সমস্ত ভক্তরা এখানে জগন্নাথের সামনে কীর্তন, কথা, প্রবচন এবং প্রসাদ গ্রহণ করেন। জগন্নাথ মন্দির তাদেরকেও যা যা প্রয়োজন সুবিধা প্রদান করে থাকে। এইভাবে জগন্নাথ মন্দির ধীরে ধীরে উন্নতি লাভ করছে।
Oh, the Shiva Lingam that's there in the Jagannath temple, that was always there, that lingam. It was under that tree. It was half buried. And but that was also Pratik Chachari. He gave the property, and that was part of the property. So we try to maintain a little bit of a service to Lord Shiva Mahadev. In the early 80s, there's one devotee was serving there, and they said, "This is a Shiva Lingam." He says, "It's not Shiva Lingam. It's half buried in the ground." And so he touched with his foot. The devotee said, "Be careful, that's a Shiva Lingam." Anyway, then he had a dream. The boy said, "Go to Dakaneshwar and do some puja for Lord Shiva." Because the boy started to get really sick after that. There's many forms of Lord Shiva in the Dham. Practically every island there is a form of Lord Shiva. It's appropriate that he is here. And appropriate because Srimantini is also here. Srimantini is Parvati Devi, her material aspect is Parvati Devi, the husband of Lord Shiva. So this history of Srimantini, it started in the Satya Yuga. And Lord Shiva, he was chanting these names of Gauranga in Satya Yuga, and he was dancing and showing all symptoms of ecstasy. Gauranga, 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 Gauranga. And Parvati Devi, she said, when her husband he cooled down a little bit out of his ecstasy, she said, "My dear husband, what was that astonishing name you were calling? Gauranga, Gauranga, Gauranga. It must be a name of Krishna, because when you chant Krishna's names, I was feeling ecstasy like the same. So it must be Krishna, but what is this? I've never heard this name, Gauranga." So then Lord Shiva says, "Oh, I'll tell you something about this Gauranga. He's Krishna himself. And he appears in Kali Yuga. And he come to give Braja Prem freely for the people of living entities of Kali Yuga. There never was a merciful incarnation like that. He's making no demands. He is simply offering, take it, take it, take it, through the chanting of the holy names of Krishna. So I don't stay in Kashi anymore. I've got a place on the bank of the Ganga. I'm simply there worshipping and meditating on Lord Shiva. That's probably Shiva Dova. What he's talking about is probably Shiva Dova near the culvert. Yeah, so he said, yeah, if anybody who wants to know their best interest, you go to Srimanta Dweep and worship Gauranga there. So she came to Srimanta Dweep and always dancing with the devotees in ecstasy. So this was her meditation, and then after some time she heard the kirtan going on. As she opened her eyes, then she saw exactly what she was meditating on. Gauranga, Mahaprabhu was there with all the devotees. They were coming dancing, Prem Sankirtan, Chaitanya, drenched with love of Godhead. Everyone was staggering. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he saw Prabhupada. He said, "Mother, what you are doing here? And why you are crying?" And she said, "Listen, what is my fate? I am Parvati Devi, I am Maya Devi. I am the controller of the material worlds with my husband, Lord Shiva. It is said that where Maya is, then Krishna cannot stand. Where the shadow is, sunshine cannot come. I'm your shadow energy. I'm always behind you. I can never stand in front of you, because the sun can never stand, the shadow can never stand in front of the sun. So I'm always behind you. You come to give your mercy to everyone, but I'm the only one who cannot get it, because I'm Maya Devi personified. And where there is Krishna, there cannot be Maya. So what is my fate? Everybody's getting the mercy of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and I'm the only one who cannot get." So Lord Gauranga Mahaprabhu said that, "Parvati Devi, from my angle of vision, I see you are not different than Srimati Radharani. You are my internal potency and Yogamaya. Without your help, I cannot perform any pastimes. In Vrindavan, you are present as Purnamasi, and there you arrange all the Lord's pastimes. In Mayapur, you have a form of Prodamaya in Sri Dham Mayapur. Yes, but you are my internal energy, Srimati Radharani. I'm seeing you non-different." So in other words, Mahaprabhu gave her self-realization, her material form of Parvati. It's not as her material form, but her real form, eternal form, is that of Yogamaya Devi, Purnamasi, Prodamaya, whose business is to protect the Dham with Ketrapal, Prodamaya Ketrapal, protect the Dham here. So in that place then Srimanti Parvati Devi, then she took the dust of the feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu on his feet, and she put it on her head here, Shimanta. This part of the hair that the ladies have, that's called the Simanta. So she took the dust of Mahaprabhu's feet and put it here, like accepting you are my eternal husband, because you're the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and I'm also your internal energy, your potency, so the eternal husband. So she recognized that and took the dust of Gauranga's feet, and so she stays there in this form of Srimantini, meditating on the pastimes of Gauranga. And in Mayapur, she's there as a protectress with Ketrapal, different places in Mayapur Dham, but in specifically Srimantini, she sits there absorbed in meditation on Gauranga Mahaprabhu. We also see the Samadhi of Jayananda Prabhu, who Srila Prabhupada called Mr. Ratiyatra. So his some tadya, some paraphernalia of his community is actually a jacket. On the jacket he was wearing that they wanted to make a samadhi. He's from America and he built the Ratiyatras and helped Prabhupada so much, establishing Ratiyatra there. So they wanted to make a samadhi, so they thought best to make it in Mayapur because it's no different than Jagannath Puri and he's famous for Ratiyatra. So they sent his jacket from America and the samadhi was made for his jacket so we can remember him and the service he rendered in establishing Ratiyatra all around the world. It's probably the highest land around. So therefore we have also many flower gardens there. We have Radha Madhava's flower gardens there because Mayapur floods frequently, washes out all the flower gardens. But we have flower gardens in Srimantadweep, in the highland, so we grow all the roses and different flowers. Tulsi gardens are there.
চারিদিকে রয়েছে আম বাগান, লিচু বাগান, বেল, নারকেল, জাম, জামরুল, কাঁঠাল প্রভৃতি ফলে এবং ফুলে পরিপূর্ণ গোলাপ, জুঁই, স্বর্ণচাপা, বেলি ইত্যাদি ইত্যাদি ফুলের বাগান রয়েছে জগন্নাথের আশেপাশে, জগন্নাথের মালার সেবার জন্য।